Alright, it's day 11. I'm underway again. What time is it here? It's 8:30. And it's calm, or pretty calm today. Way better than yesterday. Yesterday really messed with my head. So I made the decision last night. I'm gonna just go to St. Louis. Just call it quits, at least for this trip. Sorry, I'm trying to watch where the river's split into 3 different channels up here, and I'm not sure which one to take. I guess I'll figure it out when I get there. But I'm heading to Grafton. I'm not going to make it the whole way today. I'm going to try to find this big blue island everybody was talking about, so I can have somewhere to stay. There's a cabin cruiser in front of me. I think I'm catching up to him now. But they left the exact same time I did, and they're going faster than I am. Maybe they stopped. It would be kind of nice to have somebody else to travel down the river with. So we'll see how today goes. It's gotta be better than yesterday. If not, I'm stopping. No more of that, hey, let's see how far we can get no matter what the weather's like attitude. I get a guy killed. Alright, see you later. Alright, well, I just went through the Marcel lock just a few minutes ago. I met some really nice people from Akron, Ohio. They're doing the whole loop, 5,800 miles. They've got their 3 kids with them. Gotta steer again. And he's self-employed and can work from his boat with his computer, which would be awesome. But they're going 10 miles per hour, all 5,800 miles, which I think would be a blast. Their boat is it's a big cabin cruiser, so it's built for something like this. Of course, they said they're getting 1 mile per gallon on that. Decided while I was waiting at the lock I was going to make some bacon. Man, the wind is really messing with me today. Turn left and right and left and right. Keep thinking I can get it situated right in the middle, but it's not working. So I decided I'm going to make bacon. So I get aluminum foil out, put it on the grill, fill the thing up. I put like a ½ pound of bacon on there. I got a Ziploc bag out. It's going to save the other ½ pound for a little later. Or now, I'm not sure which. But I dropped the ½ pound of bacon right on the floor, right here. That's a lot of things I'll do, but I'm not eating bacon off the floor. Not in this boat. It's nasty. So I had to throw the bacon away. ½ pound of bacon. So not long after that, the lock master calls, says we can all go through the lock. So I'm trying to go through the lock. This thing is old school. It's got nothing to tie up to except a like a ladder that goes up on the inside of the concrete with steel bars that you can hold on to those steel bars with your hook. And it's a little bit windy today, so I had to do that. In the meantime, I burned all my bacon. So now I literally got like 2 inches of bacon that was edible off of there, out of a whole pound of bacon. And I like my bacon, so I'm either gonna try that again. I put some smoked sausage on the grill, so I'm gonna cook that up for now. Gotta eat breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So I'll have a little smoked sausage, maybe some mac and cheese. There's no rules to what you eat for breakfast, as long as you eat breakfast. What a weird day. The wind is going back and forth. Oh, that's going to wear me out. So I found this remote control steering system that you can build yourself on YouTube. I may have already talked about this, I'm not sure. If I have, just hang with me. So this thing uses a cordless drill, a 12-volt cordless drill, which 12 volts kind of old now, so nobody has them. They're just, I probably got 2 or 3 of them laying around the shop. So you just wire that into your battery, then you run a switch, one for forward and one for reverse, and then you can just hit the switch, a momentary switch on there for a second, and it'll make small adjustments for you. It'll steer the boat with a you put a real long piece of threaded rod on the drill and then run that through the steering mechanism. And you can steer it from a switch, which you can buy you can take a real thin extension cord. You can make the thing 50 feet long if you wanted to. You can drag it anywhere on the boat, steer left and right. That would be the way to go, especially days like today where you've got to keep making these small adjustments back and forth and back and forth. It's hard to get anything done. You'd be amazed at how quickly, even though I'm only going 8 miles an hour, you look away for 30 seconds and you can end up being pointed straight for the shore. And it gets shallow really quick if you get outside this shipping lane. So you do have to pay attention even though it's a big river. So if ever I were to do this again, then I would definitely have some sort of remote steering. And I am going to stop in St. Louis. It just, yesterday really beat me down. It's going to take me 2 weeks to get to St. Louis, which is a 1-week trip. So if I were to go all the way, you know, just with the time frames I've got now, if I went all the way to the Gulf, we're looking at least 6 weeks. And I have no idea what the Mississippi is going to be like now. That wind really upset me yesterday. There were times I thought I was going in the water. And I realized this trip is a lot of fun, but I've got kids and a wife and a job. I've got things to do beyond this trip that I need to worry about. So that was an eye-opener yesterday. But anyway, we're motoring on. Enough of that crap. So we'll hopefully get a little sunshine pretty soon. It's kind of overcast and dreary today. We'll see you later. So this was pretty neat. It's really nice, clean looking sand. That would be a blast to have a house right on this big sandy beach. I don't know if that's natural or if they put it there. I don't know what that's from. If I were into camping, that'd be a fun place to camp though. As long as there's a mattress. Alright, well, I seem to be having my first mechanical problem. The motor was running great. I tried to pick up a little bit of speed. I need to get a little further today. Now, I don't know if I sucked something up in the motor, but I'm gonna take things apart a little bit. It sounds like it's not getting enough fuel, like it's just starving for fuel. So I'm gonna make sure that the fuel filter is not plugged and simple things like that. Maybe put some new plugs in it. I've probably put 100 hours on it in 10 days, so it could probably use new spark plugs. Most boat motors don't do 100 hours in a year. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully it's something simple and we'll be back under power. Okay, I think I get the problem fixed. What happened is on the fuel pump right here, there's a rubber gasket back behind this inlet, and that was leaking and spraying fuel out. And down inside there, I saw that oil And I thought, why would there be oil in there? There's no oil in a 2-stroke motor. The oil is mixed in with the gas. So what's happened is this thing has been leaking for so long that the gas is all evaporated, but the oil could not. So there's just a huge puddle of oil in there up to the drain hole on the other side. So I have no idea how long that's been leaking, but that would explain my I thought that I was using more fuel in the last couple of days. I thought, man, I'm really going through a lot of fuel, but I just kind of blamed the wind for that. So, I mean, I'm sure the wind was a huge factor, but leaking it right out of the motor is a big deal too. So, anyway, I got that fixed. I brought another fuel pump with me. I changed the spark plugs, so I got new plugs in there. And I started it and ran it a little bit. Seems to be running really good. So I'm going to pull the anchor and get back on the river. I just got passed by a barge, which they make a lot of waves. When you're sitting still, you can't do anything about trying to get the nose into the waves. So you just take them as they come. But oh, I feel better it was something simple like that. I put new clamps on it just now, and anyway, as far as the fuel delivery system, it should be in good shape. Okay, back to the river. Alright, now I don't know if you can see this helicopter from here or not, but he's got a rope that's probably about 40 feet long hanging out the bottom of it. And there was a guy hanging on that rope just a minute ago. I've seen TV shows about this where they work for the power companies, and they'll transport guys to work on these big high power lines. And they just hang on the bottom of the helicopter, and then they go from power line to power line. But they've got to ground themselves. They'll get close, and they've got this big long pole, and it'll throw an arc like 15 feet from these power lines to that pole, and then they got to touch the power lines and it'll ground them so they don't get fried. But on the top of this tower on the right hand side, I don't see any on the left, but there's guys working up on the top of there, and that's how they're getting them up there, is with that helicopter back and forth. Pretty cool. Hopefully the helicopter will come back with another guy. Maybe they're just bringing the crew in for the day or something. I'll keep an eye out for him. I tried to pass this barge. He was going around a turn, and I was catching up to him relatively quick. So I asked him what time or what side he wanted me to pass him on. He said, "Oh, just pick a side." So I take off and I try to pass him on the right hand side, and he just holes away from me. So I'm going so slow that I got outran by a barge, which is pretty sad, because they're famous for being very slow, lumbering boats. But I'm keeping up with him now, but I can't pass him. I'm at the fin's full capacity on speed. I think I'm going 8 miles an hour right now. That's all I've got. Yeah, there's several guys up on top of that. There's no way you'll be able to see them, but those guys make a boatload of money. They were on a TV show, and I think they make like $250,000 a year to work up there on those wires. They just inspect them and make sure everything's good. I'm guessing they're at least 200 feet up in the air, though. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 8 guys up there. It must be close to an airport, because they've got all these safety balls on the lines. It's like we're near an airport. That or it's just so, the lines are just so high here they have to have them. And I gotta go steer again. It's been a pretty nice day today. It's been a little windy, but nothing I can't handle. after the other stuff I've been to. It didn't seem like any big deal. Got to go upstairs, hang out up there for a while, which was kind of nice. Starting to get a little concerned about fuel. It's 120 miles between fuel stops here. Unfortunately, the difference between theory and reality is starting to get a little concerned. I should be able to go over 200 miles with the amount of fuel I'm carrying. But all my 5-gallon cans are empty already. I'm into the 14-gallon container. And I bet I just put half of that in. So I'm looking for a mile marker, figure out how far it is to Grafton from here. I see a sign or one of these green markers they put on the land. I see one of those coming up. Hopefully they'll have a mile marker on it. Usually they do. And Grafton is just a couple of miles upstream from the Mississippi. So basically these signs are all saying how far it is to Mississippi. Gosh, so annoying when it's back and forth. Alright, so I'm going to get up here and stand on the left side and it should come around. There's a buoy here that we've got to try to miss. I don't want to hit any more of those. Got lucky the last time. Running over a big steel buoy is never a good idea. It is fun to try and get as close as you can to them though. Alright, see, we're about heading straight towards it, so I'm going to shift to the other side of the boat. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we need to keep turning. Let's keep turning and we'll have it pass on our starboard side. Alright, looks like we're clear. So we'll stand over here on the right side. Try and get ourselves straightened up to this next little section. Oops, holding the camera's crooked. Oh, I can't see what that sign says. Hold on, we're going to try and get closer to shore. Hard right. Okay, I'm going to try and hug the shore a little bit over here. See what this mile marker says. Is that 37.8? Yeah, 37.8. Okay, we're all right. So I just filled the tank. Gotta make sure I don't hit the shore. There's a big green reflective sign right up there. And then it says 37.8 right above it. That's how far it is to the Mississippi. So I should have plenty of fuel. If we're at 37.8, we're getting this about 5.5 miles per gallon right now. So let's say we figure 5. We've got 5 gallon in there, that's 25, and then another half a tank, that'd be another 25, so that's 50. So we should be good. And I'll have to get fuel in Grafton for sure, but that'll be the last stretch between Grafton and St. Louis, I guess. It's pretty out here today. It's getting hilly. Looks really nice. For some reason I found that water noise pretty relaxing. Kind of like a A little waterfall or a pond or something. I was on the phone with Heather earlier, and one of these carp actually jumped up on the pontoon. So I thought maybe I'd drive over here in the shallow area and get one. We're in some shallow water and they're starting to jump. See that one right there? I mean, that's a good sized fish. Unfortunately, they taste horrible, I guess. Uh-oh. Got a tree limb. Got in a little too shallow there. Not hitting any mud yet. All right, let's see if we can't scare up some carp. Fishy. Oh man, that was a big one. I wish I would have got that one. Now we're about 30 feet offshore. Oh, back there, they're jumping like crazy. Hold on, I gotta move to the back of the boat. I didn't really want to say anything, but one of us is smelling a little right. It's been a couple of days. You may want to think about hitting the showers when you get to Grafton. It's not right. Just needed to get that out there. Thank goodness this isn't smell-o-vision. It's been hot out, 2 days. Deodorant just does so much. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm glad that we had that talk. A couple of ferries over there. Kind of cool. Everybody drives on and take them across the street. Somebody waiting over there already. I guess that'd be easier than building a bridge all the way across. It's weird to see a road that just ends at the water though. This is the kind of water that boaters dream of. Just nice and flat, wide open. Fish jumping at you sporadically. Should be upstairs right now, but gotta hang out down here. Sun will be down in probably an hour. Sure looks nice though, doesn't it? It should be about 25 miles from Grafton. See that red buoy right there? Should be on my left hand side, so I'm in some pretty shallow water here. But I'm trying to go straight for that opening. Instead of swerving back and forth and back and forth, if I can just make a straight line, it'll cut a lot of time and mileage off. Fuel thing has got me a little bit on edge. It's a big boat to be paddling. Especially 25 miles. That'd be a long way to paddle. Luckily it's downstream. Okay, it's like 8:30 at night, Tuesday night. I'm in Hardin, Illinois, which is, I think, 23 or 26 miles from Grafton. I just couldn't do it tonight. I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to make it that far, but I didn't want to be on the river after dark. And I think it was a good decision. I did stop and pick up some more fuel because I had emptied all the tanks. That's the first time I've done that, and was down to probably 4 gallons in the main fuel tank. So I was getting a little low, which 4 gallons is plenty to get to Grafton, but why risk it? So I stopped here in Hardin, went to a restaurant, got a burger called the River Rat, ironically. I guess they have a lot of people travel through here. Passed a guy on a kayak, and he said he's going down the Mississippi. You guys think I'm crazy. Can you imagine if I said I was going to do this on a kayak? You know how much stuff you can carry on a kayak? Not much. So I had to walk 5 blocks, got some fuel, got 10 gallons of fuel, and then waited until somebody with a pickup truck came through, and I asked if they'd give me a ride back here, and they did, which was really nice. So now I've got an additional 10 gallons of fuel to make it to Grafton with. And there's a marina there that I want to go to that has pumps right at the dock. So you just pull up and you can fill all the tanks right at the dock, and it just makes it so much easier to do that. So I don't have any supper to worry about making tonight. I don't... Gosh, you know, I'm standing in the dark over there. You probably couldn't even see me. Anyway, I'm set. All I gotta do is sit back, relax, and wait to go to sleep, which isn't gonna take too long. I'm just exhausted again tonight. But traveling does that. You know, you sit in the car all day long. At the end of the day, you didn't do anything, but you're exhausted. Same thing on the river. Okay. I will see you in the morning. That's all I've got. That's it. I'm out.